opponent, please. Now, Frazier, Blaze, Harry, we got enough.
Kevin, you gonna take Dave's place?
I will, yep.
Absolutely.
Enough people, right? All right. All right, good morning, all.
Morning.
Let's get the parts O&M together, call the meeting to order, approve the motion of the committee meeting, of the last committee meeting. Ms. Frazier, Mr. Stroud, any questions, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Passed, let's go. All right, move on to the agenda. We're all an hour and a half late already.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. First thing on the agenda is a request to reimburse the Village of Lake George for the village attendance for the month of September. You'll see there's a list on there of the days that they manage the park, and the total cost is $3,035.
Motion on that? Mr. Frazier, Mr. Stroud, any questions, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right, move on.
The second item on the agenda is another request to reimburse the Village of Lake George for maintenance and repairs to Charles R. Wood Park. This is for turf management to, I believe they did the dressing of the grass or the fertilizer during the month of July. The total cost, I believe, is $1,181.
Ms. Frazier, Mr. Stroud, any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Passed.
The next item on the agenda is on page 9. It's a request to amend the intermunicipal agreement with the Village of Lake George, and I have this under information for discussion and review as well. When they built the facility for Charles R. Wood Park, where the bathrooms are and the furnace and such, they installed a monitoring system, but the monitoring system was never hooked up. This would have the village hook or create a contract with New York State Fire and Security for the monitoring. It's approximately $800 a year, and it would be paid for from the revenue from the park. The initial would be just a little over $1,000, but then it would be $894 a year.
Can I ask a
Stroud?
question? IMA, who's that?
Intermunicipal agreement with the Village of Lake George.
Okay.
We have one in place right now for them to do the maintenance. This would just be added on to that.
All right, any other questions? Motion? Yeah, Mr. Garrity?
How much did you say?
For monitoring it for the year, it'd be $894. It's not $894 for the total year for monitoring. There'd be 2 inspections per year. Each inspection would be $250 a piece, and then the monitoring, I think, is about $359 total.
What are they monitoring?
The heat, it's an alarm system. If a door was to be smashed in, they monitor the water pipes in there. I mean, it monitors everything, so if there's ever any issues, the village will get a call to say that something's going wrong.
It's security.
It's security as well, right.
Plus.
So it's a little bit more than a fire alarm.
Correct.
Any other questions? I need a motion. Ms. Frazier? Mr. Stroud? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Passed.
There's no referrals or pending items. Information for discussion and review, I just talked about the New York Fire and Security, and I'll turn the other ones over to the mayor.
Mr. Chairman, we've got a request from the Adirondack Wine and Food Festival. As you know, they rent the space annually for their festival. They've expanded to the point where she would like to move her children's area to the outside of the festival space itself. If you can picture where the restrooms are, there's a walkway that goes into the children's playground. There's also a lean-to there. She's intending to have her children's activities in that area so that she gives her more area inside the space. I suggested a fee similar to what we charge the young people for the skate park, which is $250 a day, and she's agreeable to that. And I'd like to make a motion that we charge the Adirondack Wine and Food Festival a fee of $250 to use space additional to the festival area.
Right. Any questions on that? Mr. Stroud, anything? Ms. Frazier?
Make a motion.
Make a motion, Ms. Frazier, you second it?
Second, yeah.
Okay, any other questions? Thank you, Mr. Mayor. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Passed.
Just two things, the new event we're working with is an Italian festival, July 15th and 16th, which is an open date for the festival space, trying to bring in a national star that would come over actually from Italy. The group that we're working with is from New York City with a connection in Lake George, and is going forward fairly well. The last item is a thank you from the New York State Accident Reconstruction Festival, conference we had there just 2 weeks ago. Most of those New York State people were involved in the tragedy in Schoharie, and I attended a good part of it, thanking the county for the use of their parking lot and also for the festival space for their 2-day event. They had 189 in attendance, and they all stayed at motels, so it was a great event for Lake George. As you know, we comped the space to them, and Lieutenant Blake, who's in charge, wanted me to extend a thank you to Warren County. That's all I have, Mr. Chairman.
All right, anything else with the board? Open it to the public, anything else? Motion to adjourn? Ms. Frazier, Mr. Stroud, we're adjourned.